Welcome back to the latest episode of the State of the Union. I'm Sean Moran for the National Border Patrol Council. As you can see, this episode is a bit different from the others as we have gone to video. We hope you enjoy it as we bring updates to you about the union and important issues that our members face. First up is pay reform. We had hoped to bring you an update in which we told you that the bill had gone to markup, but that did not happen. And with the current congressional recess for Easter, the earliest we can hope to see it head to markup would be early May. We will have further updates in future episodes as the bill moves along. Up next is the Supreme Court decision on campaign contributions. In a recent decision, the Supreme Court struck down the overall limit on campaign contributions. Now you might be asking yourself, how does that affect Border Patrol agents? Well, this ruling could have a huge effect on Border Patrol agents in terms of how legislation is enacted and how our members get help from politicians. For many years, I've heard members say that they disagreed with AFGE, its left-of-center politics, and the support that it's given to liberal causes and politicians. Members have claimed that their dues money has gone to support the AFL-CIO and AFGE's political activities. But this couldn't be further from the truth, as member dues are prohibited by law from being used for political activities. Any money contributed by the union to political causes must be voluntarily contributed to a PAC or political action committee. Most Border Patrol agents are opposed to contributing to AFGE's PAC, and thus very few agents are members of it. But as we try to enact a pay reform for Border Patrol agents and other legislation, political action committees will become very important, especially in light of the Supreme Court's recent ruling. I have received assurances from J. David Cox, the president of AFGE, that if Border Patrol agents contributed to AFGE's Political Action Committee, they would make contributions to candidates and causes that are supported by and helpful to Border Patrol agents. AFGE is willing to work with both sides of the aisle to help further issues that are important to Border Patrol agents. In other news, Congressman Paul Ryan submitted his proposed budget that is not at all favorable to federal employees, especially Border Patrol agents. Included in the proposed budget is a 5.5% increase in employee retirement contributions with absolutely no increased benefit, the loss of student loan repayment programs, reductions in worker comp benefits for the on-the-job injuries, and over $700 billion in cuts beyond the sequestration levels. All of these points would have a very negative impact on Border Patrol agents, their pay, and how they do their job. We encourage you to contact your congressional representatives to urge them not to support these changes in the proposed budget. We're going to be starting a new training feature so that members are aware of what their contractual rights are. Every pay period, we will have a video showing a quick lesson on an article from our collective bargaining agreement. If you don't have a copy of the contract, get one. The agency is contractually bound to provide one to you. Check with your station or your sector to get your copy. If you'd rather have a PDF copy, that is available on our website, bpunion.org. The contract is one of the most important documents you can have with you when you're working. It sets out the basis for what Border Patrol agents can do and how you should be treated by management. Other than your credentials and paycheck, there is no more important piece of paper you should have at work. I'm looking forward to these videos as we will have union reps and staff attorneys dissecting what each article means and how it applies to your daily work. Last week I had the honor of accompanying J. David Cox and Jackie Simon of AFGE as they visited 3 Southwest border sectors. This visit by an AFGE president is unprecedented and shows the support we have from our parent union. Mr. Cox wanted to see firsthand what Border Patrol agents experience on a daily basis. We visited the McAllen, Texas Border Patrol Station in the Rio Grande Valley and met with union reps in the El Paso sector, and then visited the Brian A. Terry Border Patrol Station in Tucson sector. What they saw shocked them and gave them a newfound understanding and respect for the difficult job that Border Patrol agents do. I spoke with J. David Cox after he visited the McAllen station and asked him his thoughts on what he had seen. Here he is in his own words.
Today was it was a new experience for me as an AFGE president. I've been to a lot of work sites, seen a lot of things from the making of ammunitions and arms in DOD to NASA, where we used to send people to the moon, to caring for America's veterans in VA hospitals. But the men and women that serve the United States in Border Patrol have a tough job protecting our country on the borders, dealing with illegal drugs, human trafficking, a lot of very, very serious things that we would all find undeplorable in our lives, but they occur and they do it with the utmost respect, courtesy, and the absolute maximum professionalism. And that's what I saw today. Came to McAllen today because I wanted to see firsthand what Border Patrol agents actually did on the job. I've talked with agents at various AFGE meetings, but I'd never seen them in the workplace. And today I was able to ride along the border, see the work that they do. Was at a center where they were processing illegals, which was a very interesting process. Over 400 people were being processed, from very young infants to elderly folks from various countries. A lengthy process, each person about 2 hours in the processing. But I watched the agents, the passion that they do their job. They do their job very, very respectfully. It's a tough environment with over 400 people today that people were dealing with, processing, handling the personal issues, and treating people with the absolute most dignity and respect, but also enforcing the laws of our country, and realizing that there's a lot of people that come across our borders with drugs, human trafficking, all type things, and the men and women of the Border Patrol do a great job protecting this country. But also today we met with various members of the press. Congressman Villa's staff came out and met with us. We were able to talk with over 40 Border Patrol agents about pay reform for Border Patrol. The administratively uncontrollable overtime issue has been a very big issue. It's one that is costing our members up to 25% of their pay. So it was a great opportunity to have hands-on discussions with them about the pay reform legislation that the council has worked very hard to get introduced, that AFGE is working hands in hand with the Border Patrol Council to get this legislation passed through Congress. And we take a lot of pride in the fact that it's bipartisan legislation that's being pursued. If every member of Congress could see what's happening, number one, the men and women in the Border Patrol, the agents do a fantastic job. They deserve their pay, and every dime of their pay. They deserve their retirement. They deserve their annual leave and sick leave. They deserve those type things. But I think if every member of Congress saw that, they would understand the need to appropriately fund the federal government, to fund Homeland Security, to fund the Border Patrol, to try to deal with the issues that the Border Patrol agents deal with every day of their life. And I'll make this, I consider it a very bold statement to possibly make. Border Patrol agents patrol our border. They protect our country. They deal with the laws that Congress passes, and they carry out those laws. And it's not their job. They don't get to pass the laws and deal with it. They just do a great job protecting this country. And these men and women deserve to be properly cared for. They deserve enough people and resources to protect our borders and to carry out the laws that Congress passes. A tough job and a tough environment, and a job that I don't think a lot of American citizens could do.